Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day so far. I'm sat in a very random place, I know, and I'm really exposing myself right now. This entire room, this filming room, is an absolute mess. But the reason why I'm sat here and not on my filming chair is I've been sick the past few days. I've not been feeling well. I'm all like swollen. So if I'm talking a little bit funny, that's why. But I didn't want to miss an upload, so I had to force myself to put a little bit of makeup on, so if I look gross more than usual, that's why. But today I'm gonna paint some stuff. So one of my favourite DIY things is black spray paint, or black paint in general. I love upcycling stuff. I love finding products that are like thrifted or in charity shops, and I just love painting them black because everything decor wise in our house is black. So I thought I would just film myself painting everything I own black. I've still got stuff in these, obviously. This is just collecting random stuff, which is really annoying, but it's just an old paint pot. Obviously I will empty these. I'm gonna give all of these a clean, but it's just like a beigey colour. It's horrible. I say that I'm wearing a beige jumper. This is Alex's. Don't like the colour, doesn't match anything, so we're gonna clean. Yes, we are gonna clean it, but we're gonna paint it. Then we have the makeup brush holders. Please don't judge me for having dirty makeup brushes. Like I said, I've just slapped a bit of a face on and I've not been in the mood to clean, but these were clearly when I was having a young life crisis and I thought pink decor was the right choice. It wasn't. Don't know what I was thinking. Everything in my life is black and white or gothic or Halloweeny. This originally was, it's even struggling to focus, but this was like a pink glitter. It's been in the sun. You can still see how some of it is pink, but it's faded to like grey. I kind of want to keep it textured, so I'm probably just, I got glitter on it, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. Probably just spray straight over it. Again, we'll take the brushes out and clean it. Same with this one, it's probably just an old plant pot. I think this was from IKEA, same as this one. We're just gonna paint it black. Then behind there, we have this, again, from when I was having a crisis, and copper was a thing. I hate it now, so I'm gonna spray this black, because it is actually a really cute piece. You can like hang it up on your wall, so it is going to be harder to spray paint, but we'll give it a go. And then we've got the mason jars. I have 4 of these. I actually bought these to upcycle for someone for a present and then decided to keep them for myself because I'm selfish. Next, drink responsibly, kids. This was a Jack Daniel's bottle and we've just kept it. It's just been on the windowsill downstairs and I have no idea why. We'll just paint it. If we hate it, we'll just recycle it. And next, we have this. I think this was a coffee, like, it just had coffee in it that we bought from the supermarket. For some reason I kept it because I'm weird and I keep stuff like this. So it's just had straws in it in one of our cupboards. And then finally we actually have a vase of ours. This needs a blooming good clean. We don't tend to buy flowers that often, but when we do, we need a vase for it, obviously, but this one's just so boring, so like clear. Make it look nice. So that is basically everything. Oh god, I've just caught sight of my eyebrows. Before anyone comments, don't worry, I'm offended too. We're just gonna ignore my appearance for this entire video. I'm gonna head down to my studio. I'm gonna be spraying everything there because I don't want the fumes in my house. I'm gonna actually empty all these first, give them a good clean, and then I'm gonna head down. So I will see you at my studio. I'm in my studio now, as you can tell. So I'm just going to pause this there. Why do I look like Georgia from Angus Songs and Perfect Snogging when she's wearing that blooming olive outfit? I'm green and I'm round. Please don't judge this room, it's absolutely gross, but it is literally just a room that I use for spray painting. These are the ones that I'm going to do black. I've decided I'm going to use the mason jars and do them white. Apart from the lids, I'm going to do black. I'd probably recommend not doing this at home. I see so many people doing this in like their living room with no ventilation, and if you've got kids or pets, just don't do it. So if you can do it outside or in a place that you don't use often, I'd recommend that. I'd also recommend wearing a mask if you can. I'm not going to because I'm an idiot. This is what Alex taught me, doing little light strokes is your best way, because if you go like this, doesn't actually work really well. You just waste loads of paint and it doesn't actually take, and you're more likely to get drips. That's it. We're just got back in the studio. I definitely should have worn a mask. I've just run up the stairs and I've just inhaled all them fumes from the spray paint, so my asthmatic lungs are dying right now. I'm so unfit. Yes, I am drinking out of a child's Halloween cup. Hi, Nicky boy. So we did the first layer and it obviously needs to dry before we do the next layer. It's best to just do it in small little layers and let it dry instead of just going over it loads and then you end up with drips and stuff. It doesn't look good. So I'm going to nip back in a bit and do a second layer on them. But I do already have these ones. So these are just terracotta pots. I do have 3, all the same size. I brought 2 in. I've left the 3rd one out there because I'm not going to be able to paint 3 pots today. But these have been in there for years now. I wanted to do hand painted pots in my shop a very long time ago. It never worked. I was concerned about putting loads of effort into a pot, wrapping them up, and then knowing for well they're just gonna get smashed in the post. And because they're quite chunky, they'd cost a lot to ship, so I just never did. So they got painted and then they've just sat there for years. So I thought I will have them for myself because I have about 75 plant babies. Plant pots always come in handy. Turn them into some spooky gothic plant pots. A long time they've been sat there waiting to be painted, so let's give them a bit of life. I started off with my first plant pot. I wanted to do a very quick, easy barbed wire design. I started off by drawing it with pencil and then realised that I didn't really need to do the pencil line, so I thought I'll just go straight in with the paint. Would help if my pens hadn't run out. No one wants to see your titties. So here it is, the finished pot, just super basic. I then moved on to the second one and I knew that I wanted to have ghosts on this one. So I started by just penciling out very simple outlines. They kind of look like little tadpoles. And I wanted to draw out a pencil outline just to make it easier for when I went in with the paint. So again, I'm just going in with my paint pen and I'm just going around the outline. I'm not going to use my paint pen to fill the ghost in. This is just to do a very quick rough outline and then I will go in with my paintbrush and white paint. This one I'm probably just going to leave as it is. Done the quickest, scattiest barbed wire design on it. Because it is plain, I can always go back to it and add some to it in the future. And then this one's driving me mad. It doesn't look as bad on camera, but I've done 2 coats of this and it looks like a 4-year-old's done it. So I'm probably just going to let that dry. I'm probably going to go back to my studio, spray paint the next layer of the things that is there, and then come back and just neaten this up. Add the faces, probably add a few little extra bits. So here, I don't know if you can tell, but I basically just went over with my white paint pen. And again, just to sort of neaten up the edges of the ghost, and then I also used a black paint pen to neaten it up even further, so it's getting there. And now that the ghosts are dry, I am just going in with my black paint pen again, and very simple, just giving them little eyes and a little nose. That's not a nose, that is a mouth. Eyes and a mouth, just to make them look like little ghostly ghouls. I'm going to do that to every single one of them. And then next, just to fill in all the awkward blank spaces, I just started adding some extra details. So I added some stars, some little dots here and there, just so these blank spaces didn't look too empty. I then headed back to the studio to do another layer of paint.
Tell everybody I'm on my way.
I didn't film this one because I'm an idiot. I've just done it sat on the couch, but we brought some of them home. This was the old coffee container, so it's got a nice black matte finish, and I'm keeping the vase plain, so I thought, I'll just add some spider webs on it. Nothing too crazy, very basic. Doesn't take any talent whatsoever, I'll be completely honest. So yeah, super, super basic. So basically the 2 plant pots, this and the plain vase are all pretty much done. So I'm gonna go outside and give them a very quick varnish spray just to sort of protect the paint from chipping. It's just a really cheap matte one. I think it was like 99p or something, just to give it an extra layer of protection really, but I don't think that looks too bad. Okay, I've just put it all on the table. It just looks so much better sprayed black. So obviously this is all the black stuff. So first we have the little house. This did take quite a few layers. It was a little bit awkward to spray, but that's completely fine. It is worth it in the end. I did then give everything a quick varnish spray just to protect the paint, but I just think it looks so much nicer being black. It's more my style. The plant pot, I do kind of like it. It is really cute. It is a little bit cheesy and tacky, but I don't really care. It does look very cute. And then the other one I did just leave with the really shit barbed wire paint, but again, it's super simple. It doesn't look too bad from a distance, and if I change my mind in the future I can always add something to it. So they are going to be used as pots. This one I am disappointed in. This one I do not like whatsoever, but I don't really care. It kind of doesn't look too bad. You probably won't be able to see too much, but you can still see some of the glitter. It took so many coats and it just wasn't happy, but it kind of just looks like that whole sand paint technique that's going down at the minute, but it looks better than the pinky grey, so I will still use that for my makeup brushes. This one you have already seen. It's just a little jar. It is quite wide, so you could still use this as a small vase. This, a million times better. It looks so much better, so much sleeker, so much more expensive. All it took was paint it black. That was it. So we went from a very cheap vase to a slightly better looking, more classic vase. This one is my favourite, I think, because it is a funny shaped bottle. I love it. I'm gonna leave it plain for now, but because it's quite a flat surface, I could always add to it in the future. I thought, because it has the screw lid from where obviously the lid was, you could put a little dispenser on there and have it as like a huge hand soap. I thought that would be quite cool, but I'm considering using this as a candle holder, so you will see in a second. And then finally we've just got the 2 black pots. These were what had my makeup brushes in, was it? I think one had paint brushes in, one had my makeup brushes in. I was considering adding something to this because it's got the lip, but for now I think I am just going to leave them black. I think they just look so much better. It just fits better in my home, so I can put my makeup brushes and everything back in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to style them around the house, give them a little home, and I'm going to show you them styled. But this video was basically, it was just a bit of fun for me, and it was also to show you guys that you can upcycle things, you can make them look good. Hopefully with charity shops opening soon, you can grab all this for so cheap from charity shops. Like, plant pots are like 25p, so you can not only be good for the environment by upcycling and giving something a new lease of life, but you can get yourself some cheap home decor by just giving it a quick spray paint or a quick paint job. Let's see the black items styled. Moving on to the white ones, I had a rough idea in my head of what I wanted to do, and I knew that I wanted to paint these white as the base. So I've done the first coat of these, and as you can see we got some drippage, but I'm going to flip them over and give them, it's probably stuck, and give them another coat. This actually took really well, and this was just a primer I believe, so I'm going to use actual white matte spray paint. Get them done. I'm really not happy with these. I've done so many layers and they just look shit, and they're still quite see-through, so try one more time because I still need to add the speckle detail to them. God, I watched the Sorry Girls video and they said to use a paintbrush, but to wet the paintbrush, and I'm just going to see if I can flick it. Which way would it have to go? That way. Flick it all over it. I'm doing it here in my studio because obviously I get paint everywhere, it doesn't really matter. So see if we can make these look good, because I'm sick of the sight of them right now and I kind of just want to pack it in. Okay, so I've got a wet toothbrush. This is going to be really hard to show you. Oh god, here we go. Which way must... Oh, okay, so that does work. Okay. Okay, sorry girls. I hear you. This might cover up how bad the paint job actually is. Okay, that's actually looking quite cool, so I'm going to try and do that. All I'm doing, dip it in the paint, try and get rid of some of it. I'm probably going to re-dampen this a few times and we'll see how it looks in the end. Okay, so I really like these. This was probably my least favourite one, but now, I mean, I've got paint everywhere. I mean, I think they look pretty good, and that was so easy to do as well. The wetter the brush, the easier it was, but each one took a minute, 2 minutes max. Gonna let them dry. I've got a few errands to run. Then I'm probably gonna give them a very quick spray of varnish just to protect it, and then I probably won't style them in my home because I've not got time to, but I will show you the finished look. I'm pretty obsessed with these. I really like them. However, rookie error, I rushed getting them back to the house before they'd been varnished and chipped a few of them, which is really annoying, but it kind of adds to the distressed look. But I really like these. I'm very proud of them. I actually think they look so much better than I thought they were going to turn out. This middle bit does pop out, so you can actually use them as vases. I'm not too sure what I'm going to use them as yet. I might keep these in my office. I've still got paint all over my thumb, I can't get it off, but I'm very happy. I'm so glad I tried this. See, you gotta trust the process. That is actually everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry there've been a few different like unusual videos in there, not my normal sort of sit on videos, so let me know what you think. Should I carry on with these sort of videos or just stop? But I really enjoyed that. It was just something a little bit different to do when I wasn't feeling too great. It was just nice to create something just for the fun of it. Which were your favourites that I created? I know most of them were just spray painted items. But thank you so much for watching. Please give me a massive thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below, subscribe if you're not. I'll leave all my social media linked down below as well, so feel free to head over there and check me out. But I will see you in my next one. Bye! And hopefully I will be feeling and looking a lot better in my next one. Fingers crossed.